first off, talk to me about the performance of Boots. I mean, what's your reaction to this fight?
I ain't gonna lie, that surprised me all the way today. Like, that fight I like that fight. Boots showed what speed, power, and defense look like when it's all put together, and I liked it. It was sharp. That's what you call sharp boxing.
You know, I'm from New York. A lot of other people are from New York, obviously, and there's a long history of great fighters from New York, right? And I feel, this is my personal opinion, right? Berlanga, he's kind of fell off the boat a little bit. People like yourself and many others talk about Teofimo not really being from New York. Do you feel the pressure of maybe feeling like you're the guy who carries the torch for New York right now? I
am the guy that carried the weight to New York City. Like I've been saying over and over, can't touch me. Hold up, my guy. Like I've been saying, I've been carrying the weight for the city since the Olympics. Only fighter to represent New York City in the 2016 Olympics. So many guys was amateurs, top amateurs at the time. Richardson Hitchins was the only guy to go to Olympics and represent New York City. So many fighters coming out of New York City. Richardson Hitchins the only guy to win a world championship from New York City. So I feel like I've been the only one carrying the weight for New York City, and I feel like the city knows it. And I love being from New York. You know what I'm saying? The New York swag, the New York attitude. I hear it in my voice. I see it in my aura, my charisma. So that's just what the city. I'm just a product of my environment, where I'm from.
You've already talked about it a lot, so I don't want to ask you the same thing about, what's going to happen with George Kambosos. Obviously, that's the speculation, and it's probably going to happen, but why George Kambosos? Why this fight? And why somebody like him, where you called him obviously an accomplished bum, and somebody who a lot of people say, this guy keeps getting world title fights, and yet he hasn't really done much after the Teofimo fight.
I mean, just because I call George Kambosos a bum, don't mean that he's not a good fighter. He's just a good fighter for them bums he beat, like Teofimo. You know what I'm saying? Like, with me, I could call a fighter a bum because I know the level I'm on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I feel like George Kambosos, he is accomplished. He have, 4-time world champion, undisputed, only lost to the top guys of boxing. And he feels like I'm not one of the top guys in boxing. So why not go out there and prove myself to him and the world that Richardson is who he say he is? Because this is a fight this fight can put me in a bad situation also. Yeah. Even if I win, because if I look bad or I don't do what I'm going to say I'm going to do, it's going to bring my stock down, especially it coming back home. Eddie Hearn's throwing me a big homecoming in New York City. And if me and the George Kambosos fight happen and I, don't look how I'm supposed to look, it can be a danger for me too. So it's all about believing in myself, going out there, making sure I'm there and I'm 100% come fight night, and I go out there and perform.
No, 100%. I mean, you're right, because obviously this is one of the fights that you have a lot to lose, in the sense of if, it doesn't go to that performance, then people expected you to obviously dominate somebody like this. But I want to ask you, what do the headlines say the day after your fight?
Who's next? Teofimo and Subriel Matias. Hitchins walks through Kambozos. That's his name, Kambozos. Today's Rocky.
You feel like Teofimo is that fight, like just like Stanionis was for Boots, that fight that kind of puts you on the elite stardom, the pound for pound type of names? Yeah,
I think that's the fight that's gonna catapult my career. The fight that's gonna start solidifying my name in boxing. You know what I'm saying? Teofimo, or any other champion I unify with. To be honest, because we can't ride Arnold Barboza off. We can't. This guy is a guy that's on a run at 140.
That's probably the most competitive fight on that card.
Exactly. So hopefully, if he really want to be on a real run this year, if he beats Teofimo, I think we should unify. Because if he believes in himself and he gets a job done versus me, then he's definitely, you got to put him on the pound for pound list. So I feel like Arnold Barboza, he should be more hungrier for that fight, to fight me if he does beat Teofimo. So I'm excited for the rest of the year. This year I'm like, it's straight business for me.
100%. So you feel like, obviously, after you get past Kambozos and whatever happens to Teofimo Barboza, that's the next fight to really end 2025.
That's a fight that makes sense. Yeah. But, stuff happens in boxing. I'm hearing talks of maybe Teofimo and Boots Ennis. I'm hearing talks of maybe Teofimo and this. We don't know if Haney loses and they put Teofimo versus Ryan Garcia. So a lot could happen in the next 2 months. So hopefully that I am in a fight to unify. If not, Subriel Matias is most likely my mandatory, and it's a bounty on his head. So, like I said, this is a guy that the world been saying I've been scared to fight. The world been saying I don't want to fight, even after beating the guy that beat him. So, I got a lot to prove this year.
Well, we look forward to obviously your supposed fight with Kambozos and you putting on for New York.
Yes, sir.
As you always
Thank
do.
you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Of course.
Yes, sir.